Hey everyone, let's talk about salt. Is it good? Is it bad? Right? That's the first question being thrown around. Well, as always, you're not going to get some simple hit over the head with a stupid mallet answer from me. Um, there's a lot of confusion for good reason. Basically, what's happened is that what most people call salt is not. Okay? What's called conventional salt isn't salt at all. It's refined sodium. Did you know that? Now, how is refined sodium not salt? Because salt is not sodium. Sodium is sodium. Sodium is one of the many, many minerals that's in actual salt. Real salt, like from the earth or the ocean, hundreds, possibly more than 100 trace minerals in real salt. They continue to discover more of them. There's at least 80 some odd. And like I said, as time goes on, the count keeps getting higher as to how many minerals are actually in unrefined salt. So there's been a deception here, humanity. Traditional so-called table salt is an industrial byproduct. It is pure refined sodium and is absolutely destructive for your body. Because you live in a cause and effect reality, so you can't take something in nature and tweak it and strip away, say, 90 some odd minerals and leave one and still call it salt and give it to people without massively negative consequences, which is what's occurred. So the simple message of this video is that real salt, I don't mean the company Real Salt. As I understand it, there is actually a company called Real Salt who sells real salt. But there's other real salt companies, Himalayan pink salt, Celtic sea salt. I think there's salt from the Utah plains. There's more companies around nowadays putting out unrefined actual mineral salts, which are electrolytes which you run on. Okay? It's essential to life. That type of salt is healthy for you. Okay? So if you're craving salt and you put some of that salt, real salts, like healthy salts, unrefined salt on the food and eat it, it's good for you. Your body's craving electrolytes and you just took in 90 or 100 something minerals, okay, that conduct electricity and the flow of current and life force through your body. If you went and sprinkled conventional salt or went to ate some fast food that was salted or something, that's not salt, guys. That's pure sodium, and it's an industrial byproduct. And nowhere in nature can you consume pure sodium for good reason. It is not in alignment with your physiology. It does not work right. It'll jack you up, okay? So in this cloud of ignorance, you have doctors looking at individuals with high blood pressure. I know people close to me. I'm not going to name names or anything, but who avoid all salt. They believe in order to live, they've been told you have to avoid all salt. Here's the thing, guys. If you were actually successful in avoiding all salt, guess what you would achieve? Death in a short amount of time. It is essential to life. Now I'm talking real salts, okay, which exist in vegetables, okay? Like when, say you take a bite of celery. Can you kind of taste that saltiness in there? That's real salt. That's a salt which has many, many different minerals all integrated working together for a purpose. But what they sprinkle on food at restaurants and fast food places and that conventional table salt crap you buy, that they might have added iodine to, which is ridiculous because if you just eat unrefined salt to begin with, it already has iodine. So let's strip away 100 and some odd minerals, and then later some law will force us to at least put one of those minerals back into the salt. Pure sodium with some added iodine. Still terrible for you, okay? So if that's your source of iodine, stop doing that to yourself. The sodium poisoning is destroying the functions of your body, okay? Now, sodium is essential to life, but it only works in harmony with other minerals. They work together. None of them should be put in your body, especially sodium, straight by itself. That's insane, okay? Really bad for your physiology, and yet really good for you when in combination with the things that it's naturally supposed to be in combination with. So is there any limit to how much unrefined salt? Sure. Um, There's a reason why sometimes you crave a salty taste and other times it's too much, okay? If you ever tried to just eat, who's done a salt flush? Where you use real unrefined salts for a flush, right? You put like a tablespoon in a drink or something and drink it. That's way too much salt, right? That's not even fun. Serves a purpose, flushes your guts out. But what I'm getting at here is what would be natural and ideal and healthy is to keep a source of actual healthy salt with all the trace minerals still in it, nothing refined out of it, and just eat a little. Eat it in moderation when you're craving it, okay? There's a reason for that. Your body wants more electrolytes. They help with many, they're necessary for many processes, okay? So to invent another one of these ignorant duality stupidity games where salt's either good or bad and now you're going to live, you have to avoid, you have high blood pressure, dangerously high, so you have to avoid all salt for the rest of your life. So you've just been given an assignment where, first of all, it's impossible because natural salts exist in natural foods if you eat anything that's even food. Secondly, it's the most ignorant statement in the world because if you were actually able to avoid all salts, like I said, in a short time you would die. So again, this is all about having the blinders over your eyes and the simple understanding between what salt actually is versus the lie that people have been consuming now in society and calling it salt, and how real salt gets demonized for, again, what man has done by muddling up the process, by screwing with cause and effect. And now he's going to dare to befoul the name of the word salt when the stuff he's created that's hurting people isn't even salt. Do you guys see a problem here? So what's the solution? It's not finger pointing. You could never do enough finger pointing and it'd never fix anything anyway. The solution is simply awareness. Did you understand this message? Do you understand how simple this really is? It's just discovering, maybe for the first time in your life, what's actually salt. Not that conventional bullshit refined sodium industrial byproduct that somebody's been selling you to make extra profit. Okay? So check out the links below, get more educated. There's quite a few really good sources now of actual healthy cell salts. You ever heard that term, cell salts? Your cells have cell salts, and if they don't, you're dead. So avoiding salt is a death sentence. But avoiding that shit they call salt, that's necessary for anybody on a health path. A health path. Okay? You gotta understand what real salt is, real unrefined mineral salts, and get your hands on those. And stop letting the control system feed you a refined industrial byproduct that's destroying your life that they call salt. Okay? Because it tastes similar. You're not cattle, okay? You can reason beyond what your tongue tastes. Information is powerful, okay? Knowledge is power. Again, don't blame anybody. Don't shake your fist at anybody. It's unproductive. Just awaken yourselves. You're in a cause and effect reality. You're also in a consumer-based supply and demand society. So as humans become conscious about what they're purchasing and consuming, the demand will change the supply. Okay? Companies will have to develop some actual integrity, and if they're going to sell you something and call it salt, it's going to have to actually be salt instead of poisonous refined sodium. All right? Use the links below. Much love, my friends. Save your lives and empower yourselves, and be a light to a dark world. Over and out for now.